was his look beyond human semblance, and his appearance beyond that of the sons of men. So shall he startle many nations. Because of him, kings shall stand speechless, for those who have not been told shall see. Those who have not heard shall ponder it. Who would believe what we have heard? To whom has the arm of the Lord been revealed? He grew up like a sapling before him, like a shoot from the parched earth. There was in him no stately bearing to make us look at him, nor appearance that would attract us to him. He was spurned and avoided by people, a man of suffering, accustomed to infirmity, one of those from whom people hide their faces, spurned and held him in no esteem. Yet it was our infirmities that he bore, our sufferings that he endured, while we thought of him as stricken, as one smitten by God and afflicted. But he was pierced for our offenses, crushed for our sins. Upon him was the chastisement that made us whole. By his stripes we were healed. We had all gone astray like sheep, each following his own way. But the Lord laid upon him the guilt of us all. Though he was harshly treated, he submitted and opened not his mouth, like a lamb led to the slaughter, or a sheep before the shearers. He was silent and opened not his mouth, oppressed and condemned. He was taken away, and who would have thought any more of his destiny? When he was cut off from the land of the living, and smitten for the sin of his people, a grave was assigned him among the wicked, and a burial place with evildoers, though he had done no wrong, nor spoken any falsehood. But the Lord was pleased to crush him in infirmity. If he gave his life as an offering for sin, he shall see his descendants in a long life, and the will of the Lord shall be accomplished through him. Because of his affliction, he shall see the light in fullness of days. Through his suffering, my servant shall justify many, and their guilt he shall bear. Therefore, I will give him his portion among the great, and he shall divide the spoils with the mighty. Because he surrendered himself to death, and was counted among the wicked. And he shall take away the sins of many, and win the pardon of their offenses. The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God.
So, brothers and sisters, before entering the church compound, the faithful are required to scan the Live Home Safe venue QR code or to record their names, contact numbers, and the date and time of their visits and registration forms. The information collected will be kept for 31 days and will solely be used by the government for contact tracing purposes in preventing further spread of the virus. So please refer to the health advice on prevention of coronavirus disease. And number 5, when entering the church compound, the faithful should put on a face mask, take body temperature, and cleanse their hands with sanitizer. The use of holy water at the church entrance should be suspended. The use of liturgical booklets and hymnals should be suspended. Instead, projectors are being used. Sunday collections should be taken up after communion. The sign of peace should be expressed by bowing heads instead of shaking hands. And for the time being, Holy Communion should be received only in the hand. One's hands should be sanitized before and after receiving communion. And once the Mass is concluded, the faithful should leave the church compound and avoid socializing. So please take note and share with your friends.